Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 124 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, welcome to this week's episode, guys. I'm really excited because we have a ratchet episode. We will go responsible next week, but in terms of this week's episode, we're going to get really ratchet. I am excited because my guest is Samia of Sexual Essentials. That rhymes, Samia of Sexual Essentials. But she is a sex coach, and she aims to eliminate the taboo-ness around the topic of sex. And you guys know that's right up my alley. Everybody's fucking. Everybody want to be fucking if they not fucking. And so I don't know why it is such a taboo, hush, hush, hush topic. But we have a great conversation this episode about dick riding 101, what that mouth do, and Samia gives some other great tips and resources on how you can connect with her on all of her lovely, lovely, lovely creations and classes and webinars that she puts on across the country. And so if you are interested in learning more on how to up your sex game, add a little bit more skill to the toolbox, then stick around for that conversation. All right, we're going to hop right into Boonie's pick of the week. This week, my pick of the week, I actually was kind of washed on Friday night, and I took the time to binge the first 2 episodes of Cherish the Day over on OWN. It's really cute. I'm locked in. I want to know more about these characters. I'm excited to see where it goes. I will say the lead character, the girl, Gently, she kind of annoys me right now, but I'm going to give her a little grace because I don't really know how old she is. I feel like they're still in her 20s. Maybe that's why she's annoying to me, but it is on OWN. It's another Ava DuVernay show. Really well done, so I can rock with it. It seems like it's almost there, and I'm not going to say it's almost like that, but it seems like it's their replacement for the Love Is show, which, you know, I still hate that nigga Nasir on that shit. But it seems like it's kind of falls in that wheelhouse a bit to replace that show. So if you have not checked it out, great black show. They even got Cicely Tyson. Look, between Ava DuVernay and Tyler Perry, they gonna keep Cicely Tyson with a check in her account. Okay, they keep her sis working. So check it out over on OWN. All right, housekeeping. Feedback from episode 123 with our favorite Brian. You guys loved it, and I want to thank all of you guys for listening to our season 7 premiere. I think the most of the feedback centered around the last listener question I received about old girl who was trying to trap her cheating ass boyfriend, and I can't wait to get an update on this. I have not received an update on that situation, but as soon as I have one, of course, I will be sharing it with you all. We also did some polls in the Talk to Boonie Tuesday, and I was shocked because I asked, would you ever try to trap your cheating boo thing? And 35% of the people who took the poll said yes. One person even hopped in my DMs and said, yeah, fuck that nigga. I'm going to get his ass. And they went on to say they hope that the person in my listener question, they actually set up the meeting for him to meet the girl. And when he walks in, he sees his girlfriend. Please record it like Boonie and Brian say. I think we all deserve an update to this story. But don't let his ass off the hook, and bitch, don't stay with him. So that is advice from another ratcheteer. If you're listening to that, yeah, a lot of your feedback, you guys just could not believe that story, but it seems like it was 35% of people who took that poll, so they agree with this. Trap that cheating ass nigga. And so if you have not listened to that episode, I encourage you to go back and listen to episode 123. It was a Valentine's Day special, and I hope you guys all had a really good Valentine's Day. Steak and blowjob day is coming up, so if you have questions about that, Brian and I have no problems with answering that. Also this week, the Boonie Breakdown turns 3 years old. Yes, on the 20th, February 20th, the Boonie Breakdown turns 3. Ow! And I'm so happy. I'm excited. You guys rocked with me for 3 whole years. Here we are. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I mailed out the Boonies Ratchet tickets. So some people have been sharing that they got it and RSVPing. It is a party, appreciation party that I am throwing for the Super Ratcheteers. And I got a message, and I just want to clarify this because someone was like, how come I didn't get one in the mail? And so for me, a Super Ratcheteer are the people, they have multiple pieces of merchandise. They've been to either almost all of the shows. They traveled to a show. What else? They DM me or email me or connect with me about almost all of the episodes. They just are in it to win it. They want to see Boonie win, and they connect with me in so many ways. And the support that I get from these people, it just means a lot to me. And so that is what it means. So unfortunately, some of my people who are Super Ratcheteers who are not local, there are some affiliates, a few down in Atlanta. I will be doing something for you, but just give me a little bit of time to get through this appreciation event, and I will make sure you guys are taken care of too. And so that was kind of my criteria for this. So I still love you. I appreciate everyone's support, but these people really, to me, in my opinion, go above and beyond. Like, they even come to the events that I throw that aren't Boonie Breakdown events, that are, come shake your ass with Boonie, come journal with Boonie, come do a sound bath for Boonie. These are people who they just support everything that I do, and I am eternally grateful for it. Also, I just want to shout out everyone who, with the season opener, we're sharing it in your Insta stories. You guys did really good. So if you guys can keep that up throughout the season, you will help the Boonie Breakdown grow leaps and bounds, and I will be so thankful for it. So you can follow us on social media at the Boonie Breakdown. You can follow us on Facebook at The Boonie Breakdown, and you can follow us on Twitter just at Boonie Breakdown, okay? And you can share your screenshots of you listening to the episode in your Insta story. I love that. You can tag us if your page is open. I will respond. I will repost it. I will reshare it and show my thanks for you for letting your network know. But those are the things that help me grow. It just can't be me saying how great I am. But when you guys do it too and share it with your friends, it is bomb as fuck. So again, head on over to Facebook and Instagram at The Boonie Breakdown, Twitter at Boonie Breakdown, and be sure to follow us so you don't miss out on fun things. Because this week, like I said, we're turning 3 years old, and you best fucking believe, you better believe it, you better believe it, that I do have some giveaways coming up for the rest of the Ratcheteer tribe this week on Instagram. So be sure to head over there and follow us if you would like your chance to win. All right. So that is it for me, guys. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys, it's your girl Boonie, and I'm excited for this episode. I didn't even ask her before I hit the button, but I'm just going to say her first name. I don't know. I know I'm weird about all my full government being out there, but I would like to welcome Miss Samia of Sexual Essentials to the Boonie Breakdown. So welcome.
Thanks. No, my first name is fine.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, I have reasons. Not ashamed, but no, I always joke on here like I still got my 9 to 5. I'm not a full-time entrepreneur, so I don't need people trying to cancel me because I need my stability of a check.
I still have my 9 to 5, and when I started this business, I went in there and I said, "Hey, I just want to let y'all know this is what I do." By the end of the conversation, they were like, "So do you travel to?" My wife, and so you'd be surprised, but no.
That's what's up.
I knew that this was something I had to do forever, and
I respect that you were like, look, this is what we're gonna do.
What's meant to be is gonna happen for me. I hope.
I love it.
It sounds good. Well, I still got a job, but
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so, as you heard earlier in the episode, I read down some of her credentials, and I just want to get started right away because I want to talk about a lot of fun shit with you.
All right.
First, how did you get into the business of saying, I want to be a sex educator and a sex coach? Like, what was happening? What shaped that to say this is the path that I need to go down? I must go down.
So I feel like most people, I've always daydreamed about what I really enjoy, right? And I think that people have some quote unquote normal daydreams, and then they have the one like, you know what, in one day, if, you know, in this alter world, you know, this is what I would do. And the thing is that I always knew that I was a very sexual person, but always I could do it, I could be sexual without being sexual. So I always found that people would open up to me and talk about very sensitive topics, and they would feel comfortable, men and women. And I think that says a lot, because most people don't like talking about sex because it becomes feeling sexual. Like I know
They do
personally,
not.
you know, like personally talking to people when I was dating, I wouldn't always talk to them about everything because it feels like, oh, that means I want to fuck after we talk about this. When really I'm just trying to make sure I navigate you to my pussy correctly. And you feel that
Come on with it.
I'm not coming on to you. This is legit. This is real talk, you know? And
No, I totally I feel that because especially I kind of depending on the guys that I'm dating or whatever, it depends on their style and where I am with if I tell them even about my podcast, because I hate that what you just said. I hate because I feel
yeah,
okay saying pussy fuck all this shit that
you're over,
you think
you're
I want
hyper
to do all those things with
sexualized.
you. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
everybody over sexualized everything. But no, I really after I had my son, I realized like the job I was doing I enjoyed, but I really wanted something better. And I know it sounds so corny, but I think about Tyler Perry, I think about Oprah, and I'm like, their lives were hard and they still like made us something out of nothing. And so I know that there are people out there using what I got. And I'm talking about making magic with it. And so I really just want to challenge myself to see if this is and I kept thinking on it. Like I love talking about sex stuff. And people just be like, "Oh my gosh, girl, I'm tired of talking about pussy. Like, can we talk about anything else? Like anything else?" But all my friends would call me for the sex advice. Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like even when I first started having sex, I was doing stuff that made people think that I wasn't like new to sex, and it was just like I'm not scared to try it. I'm not scared to do it, and I also would ask. I found that sexuality made me very comfortable. And they say you want to do
Gotcha.
something, you know, in your life that doesn't feel like work. Sex don't feel like no work to me, baby. So it is. It's really fun. And I was just like, for real, when I think about the stuff that sex people do online, yes, a lot of things are done more than once, but nobody has done it my way. And everybody thinks when you talk about sex, it has to be vulgar. So I was like, okay, I really want to be able to do this, and my kid or kids in the future maybe are comfortable telling people what I do, you know?
That's
And
dope.
I'm not,
I
you
appreciate that.
like, it's not like porn stars can't feel comfortable, but it could be a little awkward. I don't want to put them through that. I want to feel secure in what I'm telling them I do. That really matters to me. And so I wanted to take an approach that would welcome everybody, because the problem is so many people are excluding themselves from doing sexual things because they think that it means vulgar. Like I've had
Yeah.
first ladies come to my dick sucking class.
That's
Why?
what's up.
You know, I don't present it in a way like, oh yeah, let's, you know, come naked and let's suck some dicks. Like it's not about that. It's about
It's
the
just
fact that
educational.
it
Yeah.
legit is educational. And so the point is I have a little something for everybody where everybody has felt comfortable. I'm talking about girls that are into, you know, have OnlyFans and the first ladies and the virgins. I've had everybody come to my class because it's a safe place for us.
And
And
that's what I liked
you know,
about your mission statement when you were like, let's be frank, we're all grown and we speak, or try to manifest every other avenue in our life
mhm,
except for sex.
except for sex.
And we don't,
And
a lot of people don't speak up and say what they want.
they don't say what they want, and a lot of people don't know what we want. And I think that men have to take a men have to also stand up and be supportive of your girl doing it, because sometimes they're doing it out of they feel it's disrespectful to him, it's going to make him feel like you're not enough or different things like that. But I've found that women that have partners that are encouraging them to like, oh babe, get it, like, oh, you found something new, show that to me, like it is you have to work together. So but men are sometimes very, you know, have their egos, and I understand, but we have to stop. And she deserves to get off just as much as you do, you know? So,
Even more. I think
first of
even
all,
more.
more. It should definitely be more. Seeing that the way God sprinkled some extra, you know, orgasmic systems in our body, you know, that most orgasmic thing is real. It is
It's
really real.
real.
Oh, it's really
Yeah.
real.
because especially when you think about it. Well, you know what? No, we're gonna go here now. I was gonna do this later, but you know, when you think about, speaking up during your sexual, I like to call them escapades sometimes,
Mhm.
and it's like just the basic anatomy of how this works, right?
Yes.
Most guys, I'm not going to generalize. I'm not going to say all guys, but most guys, after they have an orgasm, they need a little time.
And
A
that's
little
not
time.
their fault. It's their
It's not.
refractory
It's
period.
just nature.
It's their refractory period, and it's so their goal. I feel like I just made a post about this. Um, their goal should be to get her to have as many orgasms as possible during, before he comes. And her
Yes.
goal should be trying to learn how to edge him so that way she can
So
know his
he
body
does
is
it.
done
Yes.
so he doesn't come. So
Yes.
if you guys aren't working for each other, you know when baby go nut, he gonna fall asleep. So work with him. And that don't mean
Yeah.
take less. It mean don't if you see him making the little scrunched up face that he about to nut and you feel that vein pop in the dick, then baby, I'm gonna need you to stop.
Like, don't do a Kegel
No,
right there. Yeah.
don't do it. Don't do it. Shout out to
You,
my
you,
girl Dara because she said baby and now I cannot stop. It is so funny to me. I love
But
her.
yeah, I think people get really caught up in that, like, this is how sex is supposed to be. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. But women can have multiple orgasms. And if you are a responsive and good lover, you might be able to get one or two, maybe three orgasms out of her before you nut.
You can't. Well, and this is the other thing. We have to remember we are very similar more than we know. So, like, the clit is like the head of their dick. If a girl sucked your dick and she didn't touch the tip at all, you would be ready to call the police.
Like,
Like,
how's that possible?
it is, I have been robbed, and I need somebody to come to get this bed because this is ridiculous. That's how we feel. And also, men don't understand that pussy come in different packages, okay? So you got some that have bigger lips. You got some that's real small. You have some where the clit is already exposed. You have some where their hood covers it so
Mhm.
much. They don't know that it swells. They not turning on the lights and just taking a goddamn look. Just turn on the light and look. Turn on the light and look.
And
Because
look.
it doesn't all look the same. Everybody's is different. We all have some have fatter, some have skinnier, some have, Ugh.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
even that alone, I mean, you say everyone turn on the mirror and look, and I think the same thing goes for you yourself. If
Yes.
you don't know
Yeah.
what your own shit look like, then I mean, I don't.
Look
How can
here.
you direct someone or guide someone to give you pleasure? Like,
And
it's
some people
like
are saying they really don't understand the point of masturbation. And I understand that. It's been talked down upon so much. My man can do what my
it's
man can do.
very stigmatized.
No
Yes.
matter what, I've had partners that can and I vaginally, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with coming vaginally. I still need to masturbate because the orgasm is still different. The
Hmm.
orgasm is different. Now, mind you, a vaginal orgasm is nothing but a stronger and an internal clitoral orgasm. So, without that clitoral stimulation, it doesn't get to the strength that it ultimately can get to without it all the time. Sometimes it can, but for me, not necessarily. So,
Gotcha.
I I like the and I don't even have to do it. He can do it too. But sometimes it's just being comfortable. Look here. It is. I can make the ugliest faces that I want by myself. If I have a little pussy fart, I ain't worried about if it was a real fart because if it was a real fart, I'm by myself anyway. Like, the body does weird things. And when you're by yourself, you could just be comfortable. And I promise you, the more comfortable you are, the easier and the stronger you'll be able to orgasm because you can let go, which is
Yeah.
why it matters who your partner is and being able to get to a point where you can, I know you said we're going to talk about it later, but where you can mutually masturbate, that means that you really are comfortable with your
Look,
partner.
let's just go here. Let's just go here.
Let's
Okay.
go. Okay.
So, but I am a big proponent. People who follow me, they know I'm always like, fuck yourself, touch yourself, love on yourself. If you got to get toys, you could do some toys. You want to do your fingers, but I
Girl,
wholeheartedly
I'll be
believe.
having carpal tunnel. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I love it. Girl.
Like, I wholeheartedly believe in the power of masturbation. So just like meditation and prayer,
Look there,
Um,
it goes along with it.
it does. And
God
I will
had
say a escapade of mutual masturbation sometimes it is so sexy to me.
it is really,
I enjoy it a lot because one, you can see him what he's working himself up,
and they
but then
stroke
two, he's
themselves
so
better than
turned
you
on by
can
what
too.
you're doing, right? And I like it too because I get to see like when he's stroking his dick, how does he stroke it? Does
Yes,
he use a
because
lot of
they
pressure?
be
Is he
knowing they
light?
can do that shit in like 2 seconds, and like
So
2
I always
seconds,
watch that.
like is your thumb like grip tighter or is it what is it?
Because like I remember I had a guy one time, and whenever he would masturbate, well, when I was giving him head, I would have the whole hand, and I'm doing the whole thing, and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fucking lockjaw trying to like get this man to come. So I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, I have to watch him masturbate because
Hmm.
he does something completely different. And so when we were doing the mutual thing, I kind of like stopped because I was watching. He
Learning.
only he used like this is a terrible, but like the white power symbol.
The white power symbol.
Well, like a better example, the kappas. You know how the kappas
Oh,
do
girl,
that.
what?
So he would do his hands like
Yeah,
that,
I have
but
seen
he
that before.
but he was using his like other three fingers like it was a fucking saxophone. Like he was
Um,
tapping. And I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, okay, he doesn't touch his dick hardly at all. It's
oh,
very
thank
light sensation. It's
you
not like a
know what?
grip. And
So
I'm
you
sitting here gripping and
gripping
doing
the
all
fuck
this.
out of some dick. Okay.
He's like, "This fucking sucks."
I tell people all the time, you have to try both. Like you have to try both because sometimes men don't even know that they like it softer because, and I'm not saying like women just like gnarly, chewing the fuck out of that shit, but I'm saying they will go, they're trying to be firm. And sometimes it's those light touches. You have to remember what a feather feels like on your body, you know? So
Mm.
those light touches really matter. Along with the fact of, mind you, we do it to look sexy. Like, be very clear. When dudes masturbate, it don't always look real good. Now, there are some that it looks like, you know what? Let me just set up my camera. Send me a video of that so I can just have it in my pocket. But everybody don't. But it sometimes it looks weird. Like masturbating does look weird, but
It does. I mean, you gotta let it go. I mean, I just sent a masturbation video this week myself. So, like,
yes.
and sometimes you gotta use different props. Sometimes you can't use your phone. Like, if
Look here,
I'm
I did
using
a
both
whole
hands,
15-minute video on
yeah,
my
you better pop up that
website.
MacBook.
Look here, I did a 15-minute video about nudes and dirty talk, and so many people like were like, "Girl, I don't gotta pay to learn how to do this." It's like a $10 video, and I tell you, the reviews I got back were ridiculous. It was like, "Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, I talked so much shit because I was like, this girl just doing whatever." She said this was 14 minutes of nothing but ideas that I hadn't even thought about. I hadn't even thought.
Yo, I might have to buy that because I need to brush up, and I need to brush up on my dirty talk. I don't. I'll talk shit like leading up, but in the moment, I'm like, leave me the fuck
And
alone.
see, and in the moment, that's not necessarily what I mean. I mean, like the before, or like how you
Oh, okay.
say,
Well, I got
and
that down then.
it's some of both. It's like a little bit of both because it really matters matching up. People have different types of dirty talk. Some people like realistic things. Some people want you to say fantasy shit. Some people want more lovey dovey shit. You got to
Yeah, I
make
went
the shit.
disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, for knowing what the hell you want. Okay, say less.
Yes. But yeah, I was about to say a thought when we were talking about but so with dirty talk, okay, what is a tip that you could give somebody listening who's sitting here like, oh my God, I'm not even sure, I don't even feel comfortable even bringing this up, or they're just afraid that their partner will be like, nope, 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 nope. I am not going to let you watch me masturbate. What's a way that you think you could help someone bring this up to their partner?
I think. Are you talking about the person that doesn't want to participate?
Yeah, like if they have someone who's a little like, nah, babe, that's just like something I do in my personal time.
I think that people should, one, say the things that you're scared to say because the stuff that you're scared to say be the stuff that people really love to hear. Crazy, but
Mm.
true. Like it ends up being like the biggest thing. Um, and it depends. If you're a woman, I would say if you're nervous, just be like, I really missed you. I did this thing for you, but I don't know if you want to see it. I'm kind of embarrassed. It's the truth.
Mm.
It's the truth. I promise you the truth goes so far. And for guys, you have to understand that girls be tired of dick pics. We want to see some dick print pictures. We want to see, you stroking it. But you also got to ask each girl, like, and also you can't be doing it too early. Niggas be doing that shit too early. They be
Like,
asking.
hello, my name is Michael. Here's a dick pic.
Right. This ain't even like you just clearly. I can Google this thing. You just slanging it around. That and then also when you ask us for them too early, it makes us not want to send them like at all. If you ask me for one, because I am a pictures person, not saying that everybody gonna get the whole body picture, but even like I'm getting dressed, I'm looking cute, I'm wearing something to make my ass look big, whatever. I will send pictures like that. But if you already asking me for a pic, like clearly I don't
Yeah.
like it. And so the
Yeah.
fact that you're asking is not gonna look good. Um, but I think in relationships part, like if you're trying to get into something different, somebody's gonna have to take that gamble. But I will say there's a double standard. As a guy, you have to ask her, do you like that? Like, would you
That's
be turned on by it? You know?
that's actually true because I'm sitting here as much as I always say that, I always make the assumption like, of course a nigga want to see my ass or see my titties or something. And so I'm sitting here trying to think like, have I ever asked someone like, "Hey, do you mind if I send you something?" I don't think I have, and now I feel bad.
I mean, I'm not gonna say feel bad, but I mean, I always ask like, does it do anything for you? And it's just a conversation. It's just like the sex conversation. What does it for you? What doesn't? Because you may be sending all these ass pics and find out that he over there masturbating to your big old titties, like itty bitty one.
Yeah.
Like it don't matter. Like I assume that black men just ultimately be loving booties, but that's
Or,
not
or
always the case.
or even for some guys who don't even respond to that at all. I remember I was dating somebody who that wasn't their thing. Like I think
Hmm.
like, and I realized because I be having some pretty fire nudes in the arsenal, and I sent one like, okay, usually when I do this,
Mhm. It's the
and the
reaction.
reaction was just like, and I'm like, oh shit. So then I asked him later when we were like out on a date, and he was just like, yeah, I mean, he's like, I like it, but it don't move me. Like you
And
look good, but it don't move me. And I was like, ah, shit, okay.
yep. And I feel like that, like everybody, I don't need they new. Like some people, they'll send me some stuff and I will fucking forget to text back. And other people, I'm over there. Oh, okay, I got this. Let me go to the room real quick. Let me rub one out to this video because that was hot. Like it just depends on the person too. So you also have to just catch their vibe. Like if we just talking about where we gonna get lunch tomorrow, I may not just be popping, up in your thing. But if you're talking about like your dude or your girl or whatever,
Yeah, that's
um,
different.
it's a
Yeah.
little different. But after you've done something too for so long, it's hard to switch it up. Like if you've never sent those type of videos with each other, as well as I would say that people will get in a relationship and then you know what you're getting and then it falls off. And it's hard to
Mm.
remember when responsibilities come up. So I tell people you should keep a sex calendar. Like a calendar.
A sex calendar. Tell us more.
Yes, like a sex calendar. You need to schedule certain things. Like people think that women just be all romantic all fucking day. No, we're just better with our time. We know, okay, I'm going to cook dinner at least once or twice this week. I'm going to at least suck your dick twice this week. I'm going to make sure I give you some ass at least 3 times this week. Like, it's a checklist almost because otherwise you will forget certain things. But if it's on your calendar,
Mm.
you'll get to it. You'll get to it. And also you can switch it up when you plan these out. I will throw up I will make a calendar and throw it up as a downloadable copy for you. I'll make sure I message you when I do so that way everybody can get a copy of it.
Oh
Um,
yes. Look, she
and
doing the work for
you know,
y'all.
yes, and I'll throw some ideas out there, and then you can always change it if you don't like it because you don't want the guy to always plan a date. You need to plan some dates. You don't always want the date to be out. Sometimes you need to plan an in-house date. Like when we plan, we prosper. I promise you. And when people and it only takes like 5 minutes. Like If you got it on your schedule that you're gonna suck some dick today, I promise you gonna do it better than
Check.
if you fucking forgot. You know, like damn, end of the day. Cause now you planning your day around, okay, let me get all this shit done early because I'm sucking some dick tonight.
It's
Versus
something to look forward to.
girl, versus you finishing a paper or you got extra work to do and he like, babe, can I get some head? Now you like rushing through it. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of planning goes a long way. I don't care what nobody say. Playing sex be all right with me. Like go ahead and plan
Look,
it
I'm
properly
okay with
because
it too.
now
I like
I'm waxed. The lighting good in here. The candles done. The dishes done early. My booty hole freshly waxed. Girl, boy, I'm ready. What's up? Let me know. Let me
You are a kindred spirit. Nothing is better than a freshly waxed booty hole.
There are
Nothing.
many.
I literally am like, that is the best part of the Brazilian. It's literally why I still get them
Look
because
here, that is like a OBGYN damn appointment every single time. I still ain't never used to it, but
really.
cause it's always a different girl. I get attached to someone and they leave me.
Oh yeah. So right now I've been riding with the same girl for about a year. I did recently switch.
Okay, getting serious.
Yeah, we're reaching that stage. And it's so funny because I've had waxes in the past who have been very like, ooh, let me delicately open your lip, you know? This
Nah,
girl
y'all
don't
didn't get
care. She be like, well, open it up. I gotta get it clean.
it. As long as it ain't there. As long as it ain't there, I ain't gotta see.
So yeah, and I told her I was fucking somebody new, and she was like, oh.
Let me get
Well,
me.
sis, let me make sure because he got it.
Mhm.
She was like, let me make sure I got everything. So yeah. All right, I wanna bring back to a point we were saying earlier about, you know, in order to keep sex fun, I feel like it's like any other skill. Sometimes you gotta fine tune, freshen up what you
Mhm.
know. And so it's always about learning, and maybe it's something you don't know that you could try. And you offer you do in-person classes and you also have webinars.
Yes.
And I want to start with one topic in particular.
Okay.
Dick riding 101. Okay.
Oh.
So dick riding for a lot of women, it is very pleasurable. I really enjoy, but I fucking hate it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's because after a while, it's like, I'm tired. Like I'm old. I'm getting older. My knees hurt now. My thighs is burning. My
Mhm.
arm, my shoulders are shaking. Like so. Yeah.
So
Do we learn about how to do this? Like how to fight fatigue?
we okay. So dick riding is a whole art. One, I really love it because women get to talk a lot of shit about men about sex. Like men get to call us hoes and we get to say that judge they dick game. Right? It's just the stereotypical. I don't like it. I don't make up the rules. But this is how I go. Men can deem, oh, that she did this, she did that. And women can be like, oh, his dick this, his dick that, right?
This is true.
This is the point where we switch sides and I make you I'm going to do the work. I'm going to get you hard. I'm going to do the work, get us both off. I'm going to ride you. I'm going to make you, look certain ways. I'm going to clean you up. And then I'm going
Okay.
to ask you to make me a sandwich. Okay. So I feel that, first of all, people are doing it wrong. Riding dick does not necessarily hurt, but I promise you, it got to be at least 85% of women are doing it incorrectly because the body parts that y'all telling me hurt shouldn't hurt if you're not putting the weight and the pressure in those places. So with my trainer, after I had my baby, I was like, I had gained, oh my gosh, so much weight. But I lost like 40 pounds with him. And one thing I will say though is that, and I've had knee surgery. One thing I will say is that I rode dick just as good at 235 pounds as I did when I was 150 pounds. And that comes
Talk
from,
your shit. Okay.
look here, very seriously. Like, the point is that if you're doing it properly, your size won't matter. What and Now his size, there are some, tricks for that.
Yeah, I was like, but
Mhm.
but
Yeah, yeah. But we created a sex conditioning workout. So this workout is a new part of the tour that I'm doing this year. So I do, the Mouth Masterclass tour. It has the Mouth Masterclass, it has Dick Riding 101, and it has a sex conditioning workout now. That's the new edition. And the workout is just something, and I also sell the website like on my website, but I let everybody come in and we do it together so I can show you that these are the muscles that you're using during sex.
okay.
So we're not doing the arm workouts in this workout. This is not for endurance. You could jump rope for endurance. This is for the muscles that you're using during sex. And doing the workout like 3 times a week will help you because the muscles, you're not using those muscles. Like the muscles you use to dick ride, you're not using them as you sitting at your desk and work all day. Like
This
you're
is
just not.
true.
Even if you, like, I had a trainer by the class and she was like, girl, I have not used these muscles. She's a trainer. She's a personal trainer because that's not who's working some of these muscles. Oh, um, so with those things, we do that, and then we have the dick riding class. So you can, of course, you can Google any damn thing, but a lot of women are at home Googling it and then doing it by themselves, and ain't shit changed, right? No, I have them come in, and you're going to do this. So that way I can critique you. I can tell you what's wrong, what look good. I'm gonna tell you, oh, you riding dick perfectly. You just look like you taking a shit. I'm gonna tell baby, you look constipated. Fix your face. Like this is not. I'm
Oh,
not turned on.
you're
I
a
hope
dick
it feels
riding
good.
critique.
I'm just saying, like that's really what's going on. Like this is your time to shine, mama. Like, cause this is what I have learned. Men will talk about you. They say that they won't, but they will. Are they gonna say something good or they gonna say something bad? If you gonna talk about me, at least be advertising for me. Okay? Because like if you gonna talk about me, get my dick riding report. Give me my
You
grade.
want your
Like,
whole facts
look
report
here,
to
I
be
fucked you.
stellar.
I fucked you. Be very clear. I don't need you to do nothing. Like, I don't need you to do a thing. I'm gonna suck the shit out of it. I'm gonna ride you. I'm gonna get us both off, and then boom. Okay.
Well,
Like,
I fuck with it.
and
So
so I
where is
love
your
that
tour coming? Where's your
tour. We are going to Tallahassee first. So Tallahassee is actually next Friday, the week before Valentine's Day. So all the people in Tallahassee or come to the Tallahassee class will be able to use all of this right before Valentine's Day. And we're also going to celebrate my 2-year anniversary of Sexual Essentials there.
congrats?
Thank you. We'll be going to Atlanta, Miami, Orlando, Brooklyn, Houston is in the works. Most likely going back to Philly and DC. I don't think I missed anywhere.
Oh boo. I'm like, come to Baltimore.
Look here, DC is closed. DC is
Look,
closed.
but as Baltimoreans, we always have to go to DC for things.
I do understand. Look here, if you have one, I will host it. Like say I do. People don't know I do bachelorette parties. Like you can have one anywhere. You just have to have enough girls.
Okay, we'll have to talk about your
At
DC
least 10
date
girls.
and we could do it like the
Yes.
day before, after. I'm totally down with it.
I am down with that. If you have at least 10 women, I will come. So,
See, okay, we'll corral it up.
and when
I
I
know I
say
can
come,
get
I
10
mean it with
people.
a you, baby. A you,
I,
I will come.
yeah, we can make that happen. That's easy.
See, there you go. So yes, when I and I think that I might do for some of the dates open up a couple slots for private parties because I know like some people want their own thing. I know that you have some professionals that don't want to be there, but another thing is a safe place so you don't have to be caught on camera or any of that if you don't want to. So many different people have come to the classes and it's BYOB. It's so crazy to see these girls come in one way, what they're expecting and the way they leave, how comfortable we are, the things that they are sharing in these classes. And just like, what, I've never had this type of confidence. Like when you write in, use that as your time to shine. Be sexy as fuck. Like he's fucking you no matter what because he wants to. He
Look, you
wants
need
to
to
do
make an
it.
affirmation tape. And so, like,
Look here.
people can play that
You
in
are
their
sexy
ear while
beyond
they're
measure.
riding. Gas me up.
Look here, we have to do that shit in the mirror. Take you some sexy pictures, and not just for them, for yourself. Like men don't be caring about lingerie, but shit, I like it a little bit for my damn self. Okay,
I've been trying to get into that a little bit more.
I want to be
Um,
sexy as hell. So that's what
Yeah.
my encouragement be. My encouragement be I want to be sexy as fuck. Like I love how Rihanna comes off. I love how bold she is. I mean, she's not even doing nothing. She's just
No,
being
I've never
regular.
seen. Okay, you brought up Rihanna. I don't know if you know. I'm in the Navy. I'm like the admiral of the Navy. I love Rihanna, and I have never seen someone like she oozes sex appeal
Mm-hmm.
without even trying. I mean, it really is phenomenal to watch.
It really is. It's I promise you, when you ask anybody the sexiest thing about a person, for 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 men, it can be a lot of things because their confidence sometimes comes off as cocky. I like a humble ass man. I really do. There's some sexy ass shit about a humble man that know you on your shit, but you real humble with it. Like, and don't feel like you have to act a fool or get over on people. I love that. Like that nice guy shit. I really do. But for women, men love a confident woman because so many conversations are around the fact of, oh, who is that girl you talking to? It doesn't matter because you're you and there's only one you, baby. That's it. There is only one you. Yes, everybody, half the world is either ugly or cute. That's it. Like, so stop asking him, oh, you think she pretty? Yes, he does. But is he fucking her? No, he fucking you. Does he possibly may want to? Yes, but he's not.
Yeah, I totally fuck with that. Like your confidence is totally definitely 100% key
What?
when on top, and just as long as you don't break the dick,
Right.
um
Can't be
which can
broken.
happen.
Can be broken.
But yeah, get on top, do your thing.
Not built to break. Okay, it's not built to break. I feel like women underestimate themselves. They're so busy worried about what everybody else got and what the dude is doing. This is just worry about yourself. Like when people say mind your business, I'm not talking about just being nosy. I'm talking about mind you. How are you feeling? Because I promise you, a woman that takes good care of herself, that's doing the things for herself, she looks different. She looks relaxed. She looks confident. She ain't got time for nobody else because maybe she about to go get in this lingerie. She about to go make herself a bath. Like, she's not worried about everything a guy is doing or her partner is doing or her girlfriend is doing or whatever. Like, she's literally putting care into herself, and you look so different when you do that. And you get so used to treating yourself good as shit that you realize that you don't even want the same type of people in your life no more because you're just like, bro, I do this so much better. You need to know that. Like, you need to know what you like. And if you don't put the energy and effort into doing it for yourself in all these aspects of confidence, ride, and masturbation, then why should they? They're going to give
Yeah.
you whatever they want because you don't have a requirement. You don't even know the requirement for yourself.
Woo. And that is one thing too that I it's kind of for me, not that you should be a one trick pony, and I not saying that. So let me just put that disclaimer there first. But
Mhm.
it's kind of like, when you're a cook, like you have your
Your
recipes
specialties.
and the shit that you can, like, I'm gonna cook this shit and
Mhm.
everybody gonna fuck with it because
Yep.
that's your dish. Like, I feel like that's the same way I kind of have with sex. Like, it's certain things that, oh, I know I don't gotta brag. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
brag about, because when you
This
get
my
that
shit.
shit,
This my shit. Yeah.
yeah, you gonna know. And so that's kind of how I feel like if you just have that confidence where you're like, oh, I got 2 recipes that I know I can fucking throw down with,
Yes.
then rock that out. And so I feel like the same thing, kind of like your other classes that you do, and you mentioned your mouth master class and giving good head. I feel like this is one of the easiest places people can satisfy other people,
You
their
know what's
partners
so crazy?
sexually, that they get real fucking lazy on.
They do get really lazy, and I really have to speak to the ladies on this because the men are not even speaking up as well, saying that it's bad because women get so easily offended that they just won't do it no more. Like, so it's not even about being like a one trick pony, but it's about just talking to your partner and saying, hey, do you like it? Because also, if I know that riding is my shit, if I don't get the reaction that I want though from you on top, I'm realizing, oh, that's not your shit though.
Yeah.
Like, so that
Key.
matters to me
Key.
as well. And I'm a really big pleaser. Like, the reaction that I'm getting from my partner really turns me on. It really turns me on. And that don't mean you got to be hooping and hollering and shit. But it just means like that authentic, you're being pleased matters. And you can tell when somebody is not, they ain't making not one expression, they ain't got a clean tooth,
You see
but
the
it
thought
just,
bubble in their head.
they thinking about their damn planner and shit. No,
Yeah.
that hurt. But the mouth master class, women don't realize like you got to do this shit for you. Like you want him to forget that you brought pussy to the party too. Like
I'm
it's
nodding. You can't see it, but I'm nodding.
like it's. I do not like being represented as a lazy bitch. I'm
And
sorry, I don't. I feel like
I've shared this story on here before where, like I know, like, I give good head, and it's one of those things like
yeah.
I'm gonna give good head. And I'm ready. It's like the first couple times I'm doing this, like my ex, and I'll never forget it. He was just like, I'm like, fuck, he is not reacting to nothing. And so I found, like, I asked him, and he was just like, yeah, it's not good. And I was like, oh,
Oh
oh.
my gosh,
And so he's like, well, that's not what I meant to say. Like, he's like, it's good, but he's just like,
it's not
it's
his way.
just not what I want. And I was like, okay, well, tell me what do you like? And so he was like, look, visual. So he sends me something. And he's like, not saying I want this particular, but like this. He's like,
Mm.
you're very enthusiastic. So that, I mean, that's wonderful. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, I'm
I
going to
would.
get this nigga.
I can say that I learned something during sex. So if people take their mind off themselves for a second and actually look at the other person, you can sometimes fix that stuff in the moment. So, and not all the time. So I know a lot of people are like, I don't like something. How the hell am I supposed to say something about it? Or, like that's really the big thing. We telling you to talk about what you want. This. Okay, who the fuck is really having these conversations, right?
Yeah.
So during sex, make sure that you're being observant and you're leading, and also on the other hand, leading the other person to things you really want versus just accepting it and laying there and waiting until it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like for both people. But I had an experience where I know I was giving really good head. I know for a fact. Like, but it was during a moment where I was a little more vocal and like I'm not gonna say animated, but shit was getting good, like to the nitty gritty. And I realized he's a reaction person. And for me, I do what comes. Like he likes to hear the talking, the dirty talk, not just the beforehand. He wants to hear it during. A couple words start flying out my mouth, and baby, it was matching. That's what he wanted. He liked. I don't know if that's because he watched a lot of porn. I don't know what the hell it is. It's none of my business. Nigga, you want me to talk? Say less. Give me a microphone. So
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, I got you. Like, but I understood that he wants to hear it. He wants the theatrics of sex. For him, it is real. As long as it's, real is good. Like, but sometimes you being quiet and you don't even know you being quiet. And I'm not talking about like when that nut building and you ain't got not a breath left in you. I'm talking about like the breathing, the yes, baby, that's sexy. Like, oh, your dick hard as fuck. Like, niggas like a little some compliments, some encouragement. And I get that. I feel that. I get it.
That's funny.
So yeah, there's that. But yeah, and so I switched it up, and right then I started getting the reaction that I wanted, and I didn't change up how I was sucking the dick, like or none of that. Because even when I was done and it was his turn, he wanted to hear me while eating me out. Like he wanted to.
Yeah.
So I guess he is like Braille. The noise is like Braille when eating pussy. I don't know. It guides him where to go. I have no idea, but shit, say less. Give me the mic.
That is hilarious.
But it is hard to speak up though and say you want something different because women will be quick to tell you something about you and let you tell them something about them. They'll be like, but why? Or I
Yeah.
can't believe you said that. We have to really check ourselves. Like, men don't speak up because we really don't be okay with it most times. We say we are, but we not. We're
Yeah,
not.
I definitely think sometimes we take it way more personal
Mm-hmm.
than it should be. And if you can
And
establish,
dramatic so they
yeah,
don't know what's really important to you and what's not, what really hurt your feelings and what didn't, because everything is doing it, everything is bigger than it's supposed to be. When men are very honest, and I love, and I would say all men, but I really do love my
nope, we
kings,
can't do
like
that.
black kings. I would say that, like, I really love men, but I ain't never dated no other man. I can't say I really love all men. No, I fucking love black men. Like, I will say that I am in these classes, I am encouraging women to really take a look at the black man, not the shitty ass one, but just like a good black man, and see that sometimes they come to you so pure of heart, they do be being honest. Sometimes it's not like flowered and basketed up all cute, but they usually do be telling you the truth, and sometimes we don't want to hear it. Sometimes, we want them to do things our way and then wonder why they mess up. Sometimes you just have to let people be them, like
I like it.
let them be them. And I'm not saying that what you want doesn't matter, but it can't be all about you. The way that someone loves you is equally about what they see is important and doing those things for you, and them seeing what you see is important and also doing that for you. But there are so many people that wanted everything done just their way, but it's about understanding each other's love languages and sexual love languages, because you give love primarily one or two ways,
Hmm.
sometimes all of them, and you also receive it, you
Yep.
know. So I'm really taking this time to talk to the women and just understand. I hope the guys understand. I'm not in there, talking shit about the men. No, I'm giving them the real talk. Like, hey, you need to be better on your shit too, sis. Like, you know, it
Well,
don't.
that's fair. I like it. Both
Very very fair.
critique on both sides.
Definitely. All that. Oh, girl, we got a pussy eating classes coming out. I'm so excited. Oh, both
Oh,
sides. Yes,
oh.
the man
So
master.
we are at the point in the show where we do this thing called the breakdown. And so I am going to say a word and
Hmm.
you're going to say the first thing that comes to mind, okay?
I'm so nervous. Okay.
Don't be nervous. 69. Look, you laughed.
Doggy style.
69.
Doggy
You
style. I don't know why I can't.
don't know why that came to mind.
No.
Oral,
Head.
lube.
Wet it up.
I like it. Pleasure.
Pee.
A personal favorite. The magic wand.
Clitoral stimulator. Fuck that magic wand.
Pussy.
Wet.
Communication.
Good. Ooh, can I change it to mindfuck? After that, mindfuck came to mind. I like mindfuck.
Okay.
Mm,
Masturbation.
daily.
And last one, dick.
That was the answer. That moan, that
I
little.
like it. The moan. Got it. So, Samia, if you could tell everyone where they can find you on the internet, where they can look for your courses, where you are on social media, so they can be sure to follow you.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I can be found on Instagram at Sexual Essentials. If you check the link in my bio, you will find a link to my website, different tours, classes that are coming up, ebooks, webinars, my toy store with some amazing goodies in there. There are also some free videos on there about I have like 50 toys, and I go through all of them and explain
Oh,
which one I
wow.
suggest and don't, and why. I'm very big on people getting their money's worth, and sex toys are already hard to buy for because they're so expensive. So I give you the nitty gritty and what's true and what's not, and I never put nothing in my store that is not bomb as fuck for the majority. But yes, you
I
can find
like
me
it.
at Sexual Essentials. And my website is www. What is it? Sexualessentials1.com. I always get
Got
my
it.
email. my email instead.
Well,
Yes. So
sexualessentials1.com. All right. I will be sure to link all of those in the show notes, the social media, and her website. So, again, Samia, I want to thank you for coming on. This was fun. And I hope people are intrigued and maybe sign up for a webinar. I know I'm going to do one.
the classes are really great. And for people that are like, I don't need a sex class, I promise you, come to my Instagram lives. I do them for free. And you never know what you're going to get. And the things that we talk about, how it's just so open. It's such a great space. I'm really not tooting my own horn, but like beat motherfucking beat. The shit be lit. Okay. So the classes just get way more into detail. Just what I do with 1 hour, like the dick riding class that I had is a 2 hour class. online. It's gone now, but I had an online one. It was a 2-hour class. Like, you'd be surprised what you can learn and what people don't know. And so if you're trying to be better, or just trying to keep sex on the brain, like, we be living life and sometimes you forget. And so,
You need a refresher.
yeah, I mean, you go to the gym to remember about health, right? You're not always thinking about the gym, but it's scheduled. It is scheduled. So you need to schedule sex time. That don't always mean fucking. It mean maybe talking about sex or something like that. But don't suppress your sexuality. It is hot and beautiful. Oh,
Well, I
thank you so
look, I
much for
think,
having
yeah,
me.
of course. This was great. And I'll be sure to follow Samia on social media and check out one of those IG lives. So, again, thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
All right, guys, that is it for another episode of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. I want to thank our guest, Samia, for coming on and encouraging us all to freshen up, brush up on some of those sex skills. It never pays to learn a new thing or two, a new trick up your sleeve, okay? And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or any app that you listen to your favorite podcast on. Do not forget to leave those reviews too. 5 stars. You might just hear a review on the next episode. Follow us across all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. And don't make those pretty images for nothing, okay? Have a dope ass week. Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Homaste. Until next time.